upon a time, there were a group of children that loved to play together. They played all sorts of fun games like kick the can,
Ouch!
red rover,
That hurt!
and tug of war. Now, they were a group of kids that were very good at all these games.
We rock!
But there were some kids like Sally who struggled with the games. Sally wasn't fast or strong, and she would always fall down. Some kids called Sally names.
Loser!
And Sally didn't feel special at all. She felt left out. And to make matters even worse, Sally sometimes would try to talk to her parents about how she felt. But many times her parents were too busy.
Not now, I'm reading the paper.
Sally would start thinking that there wasn't anything good about her. During these sad times, Sally would go off by herself and cry to God. Now, this would make her feel a little bit better, but she still didn't think that there was anything special about her. Well, one day, the whole neighborhood heard the news that Jesus was coming to town.
Jesus is coming! Jesus is coming!
Jesus was a very popular miracle worker, and some said that he was the Messiah that God promised to send to Israel. Families all got ready to go see Jesus. They dressed in the finest clothes and dressed their children in their finest clothes.
Oh, Mommy, I don't want to wear a tie!
Now, Jesus had 12 very close friends that followed him wherever he would go. They were called his disciples. Everywhere Jesus went, crowds gathered round.
Jesus is coming! Jesus is coming!
The disciples helped Jesus get through the crowds.
Make way for Jesus.
When Jesus arrived, every family came out to hear him teach and hopefully watch him do a miracle. Well, some parents were pushing their way through the crowd when the disciples stepped forward and blocked their way, saying,
Go away! Jesus is too busy for your children.
And just as they were starting to leave, Jesus turned around and shouted, Wait! He then gave his disciples a look that meant, You made the wrong decision, and we're going to talk about it later. He then smiled and said, Let the little children come to me, and do not stop them. And all the children ran to Jesus and knocked him over. Jesus laughed and gave them all big hugs. He then blessed each and every one of them. Now Sally was standing far off, hiding in the back from Jesus. And that's when Jesus called her by name. Sally, could you please come here? Man, Sally couldn't believe that Jesus saw her. And how did he even know her name? Jesus then put his strong arm around her and told everyone in the crowd, The kingdom of God belongs to those like Sally here. And I assure you, anyone who doesn't have her kind of faith will never get into heaven. He then looked Sally in the eye and told her how special she was. And for the first time in her life, Sally knew it was true.